Hi everyone, a brand new Flintshire market update for the month of July, and things have been going along quite nicely here at Keystone, to be honest. I've got Jill, our operations manager, in with me today. Welcome, Jill.
Thank you.
So I think what we'll do to start with is just crunch the numbers, go through how the market's performing, and then we've got a nice little inset a little bit later on with Jill as well about something that's happened recently. It's quite exciting, so stay tuned. Let's talk about, to start with, instructions. So how are we looking, Jill, so far?
16 instructions for us, across Flintshire 155, and this time last year we were at 184.
Okay, so less properties coming onto the market at the moment. I know from our meeting yesterday, we've sold 12 so far this month. So we're on target. Our target's 18. We've still got another 7 days of the month, and there's a few being negotiated on at the moment. So that's quite good, that we're on target again. But across the board in Flintshire, 133. So that's down quite significantly on this time last year in the same time period.
This time last year it was 166.
Okay, so quite a bit down. You're looking at around about 10-15% down there on sales across the board in Flintshire. Price reductions is an interesting one.
Yeah, price reductions across Flintshire it's 54, but this time last year it was 108.
So that indicates that people are being, well, agents and vendors are being a little bit more realistic in their pricing. Not as many are needing reductions. However, I do think the feeling I get is the market's slowed down, certainly compared to last year. A number of factors going on at the moment, cost of living, various things in the media that are going on. But I think that things will start to improve this back end of the year. There's plenty of buyers coming in on our heads up registrations. I noticed where I think up to yesterday, I think we were up to around about 70 heads up registrations, not just registrations in terms of new buyers. And certainly by the end of the month, we would expect around 90 to 100 heads up registrations through, which is great. That means that, compared to the last couple of months, that's up quite significantly on new registrations. So the buyers are there. It obviously becomes paramount that you price correctly, which our valuers, we feel, are doing. There's a lot of competition from other agents in terms of pricing at the moment. We've had, a lot that are going in with real high valuations, God knows why, but you've got to be realistic in this market at the moment, otherwise they'll simply just sit, won't they?
You've got to be realistic, because when you're launching that property, you want viewers in that house.
100%.
You need that competition. If you're just getting one person on one day going to view, where's that competition? You hear it all the time. We've got a block of viewings. They're seeing other people coming in and out of that viewing of that property. They don't want to miss out, and I think it's really important to just get them in your house for them to fall in love with your house. If they haven't got in there, they haven't got that connection with it. So
no. And I think our strategy with the guide pricing and that price range certainly helps with that, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Gets people in, and our viewing blocks are absolutely full to the brim, aren't they, for the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think Monday mornings are very busy for personal agents.
Definitely catching up on offers and things like that. So that leads me quite nicely. It's a good segue into what I'm going to talk about next. So just to let the audience know, Jill has been, certainly had the privilege to be asked to speak on stage at a huge estate agency conference called EAX in London in October. I did it last year. They've asked Jill this year. And just to give you some context around why that's happening, is a lot of the top agents in the UK at the moment are looking at Keystone, how we've scaled up the business, how we've grown over the last 2 or 3 years, and Jill's been a real instrumental part of that behind the scenes. So I'd just like to say, obviously, a lot of you will know that we're husband and wife, but congratulations, Jill, because I think it's a fantastic achievement. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I was like bowled over, to be asked, to be honest, when I got the invite. I think what we do here, it's like more of the team than just me. It's me being able to share what the team do every day and how we do it, and share ideas, and you know, for people to understand what we do and why we're so good at what we do. And
we've even had other agents, top agents, I might add, from around the country who have asked me personally, look, can we come up for a day, join you at Keystone and see how things are working there? And it's, you know, I mean, that alone is like a massive, to me, it's a big compliment to what we're doing here.
And just shows you how well things are running and how good the team is.
So what sort of things has Rob said about what you're going to be asked on stage? What sort of things is he?
I think it's sharing, obviously, the culture that we've built here and what that means, and how that then impacts the customers. Everyone cares so much. We've got amazing processes. We're consistent with the service that we're delivering to customers. We're always trying to improve how we do that, and the proof is in the reviews that we get.
I mean, just to give you some insight as well, around about 24 months ago, we made a big deal of documenting all of our processes, didn't we, with a piece of software. And it's like an ever-changing thing, isn't it? It doesn't stand still. And what that then does is bring consistency into the equation for the client experience. And
nothing's left to chance. You know, there's a process, there's a step for each part. The onboarding, the sales progression, there's steps right the way through that people are ticking off. It's consistent, it's nothing's missed. They can't, it's follow the process, and it works.
Definitely. And we've got a proven process, haven't we, that's been tried and tested over a long period of time, which we tweaked, and just always with the client in mind at the forefront of that. Things like, the customer journey. Every year we map out the customer journey on a big piece of wallpaper, don't we? Rather than sort of trying to chat GPT it or anything like that. And we're putting little post-it notes all the way along this customer journey at the different touch points, and just making sure that could that be better, that particular part, could that be better? And once we've decided, okay, this is going to be the customer journey 2026, we then put the processes in place to deliver that particular experience to the customer. So I think that's testament to you, Jill, with your background previous to coming to Keystone. You worked at Tate and Lyle, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a fantastic company, and what I learned there was just have a process and how to get who's in what lane, who's doing what. We were dealing with different plants all over the world, so it was who's doing what part of that. And I think what I loved there is being able to devise what's a checklist, who's doing that, what plant's looking after that. And so we were making sure from a customer service point of view that everything was running smoothly, and customers were getting delivered what they needed on time.
So job roles, Jill, how's that evolved over the last sort of couple of years?
I think just realising people's strengths, what they're great at, and getting the right people in the right seats doing that job in their lane. They take accountability for that. They know that's their department, they look after it, and that's when things get better and better because they're the expert. And I had a call with one of our members this morning. We were having our weekly catch up, and she had an idea to have some kind of handbook on something, which was absolutely amazing. And I just said, go with it. It's making them accountable, and that's where you get the consistent, great service, because they know that role inside out.
And I think that's, again, comes down to culture, the fact that our team feel empowered to be able to even challenge us on certain aspects of the business if they don't agree, they feel like they can stand up and say, I've got a better way.
Yeah.
And that's
I
brilliant.
It's brilliant. They're the ones doing it.
That's the culture that you want in a
fantastic
business, in a growing business. And it's hard to achieve it. It's took time getting the right people involved. But now I feel the business is going from strength to strength. And I thank you, Jill. I mean, she's been a massive part of it.
I couldn't do it without the team, though.
No,
if they weren't
exactly.
as good as what they were, it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
so
100%.
all goes back to the team.
100%. So I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for listening. If you've got this far, another great Flintshire market update. I hope it helps you. Obviously, if you are looking to sell or looking to buy at the moment, get in touch. Obviously, heads up registration as well. If you're looking to buy anything soon, make sure you get registered. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next month.